Welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Melody Bonnet. School has started and volunteers are once again back in our schools. These tireless workers who volunteer their time and talents greatly impact the quality of education. And their work does not go unnoticed. Each year, our volunteers are rewarded with an end-of-the-year luncheon to acknowledge the time and energy they expend to enrich the lives of our school children.
Every child, every day, a volunteer.
Each year our program has a theme. This year our theme is thanking our volunteers for helping us serve every child every day. Each volunteer will receive a little pad that has that message on it at their place today. And also we'll have door prizes reflecting the primary colors and plants and flowers that some of our lucky participants will take home today. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
You know, the reason that we're here today is to thank all the volunteers for all the things they do. All of us that work for the school system know what a special place St. Tammany Parish School System is, and we also know that we would not be anywhere close to the type of system that we are without the help from all the volunteers. So we just want to, all the central office people and school people want to say one more time a big thank you for all you do for the volunteers.
There are lots of reasons that each of you volunteer, and we hope that one of them is simply because you enjoy it. Enjoy it because it brings friends and neighbors together. Enjoy it because it puts you where the action is with your children. And most of all, because you're involved in the exciting things that are taking place in our schools that become part of the memories your children will one day refer to as I remember when.
It helps the students academically, going in and helping doing flashcards with the kids, or I know it's helped my own children just knowing that I'm there and around. They enjoy seeing me at the school.
I was at a service not too long ago, and the person doing the speaking said that nothing beats stronger than the heart of a volunteer. So it is true, there's no more committed people than a volunteer. You don't do it for the money. You do it because of the commitment that you have and the belief that you have in what you do. And we are very, very lucky to have volunteers in this school system that have the strong heartbeat and do the kind of work that you do for our system. And we really appreciate it very much, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
You can look at statistics all over the country and find that when there's a lot of parents involved in schools, schools do so much better. And so for administrators and teachers, it's so very important for the parents to be at school, as many as you can have all the time, and for them to be involved in not only volunteer things at school, but even academically, if they can be, to help kids at school every day.
I have a little poem that I've written for our volunteers. You're a blessing in our school system, volunteering for every child every day. You give your time freely, you always find a way. You make our job easier with helping hands and a friendly smile. Ready and willing, you heed our call, and you always do it with style. Thank you for caring, thank you for sharing. We salute our volunteers today and every day. Thank you.
Well, I just think it's really important that volunteers take time in their children's schools, because as we know, research says that if you spend time in our children's schools, they do better.
Without our parents, it wouldn't be the school we have, and it's tremendous help, all the things that they do.
It's the truth, it's actual, you make it satisfactual.
The first annual Teacher Leader Expo was held at the Instructional Technology Center. Teacher leaders representing their respective schools came together to collaborate and share ideas about best practices in the classroom.
We asked principals to give us a math and a reading teacher at their school that could go back and lead and convey information to teachers and develop capacity for curriculum development.
When we asked the principals to select teacher leaders, we asked them to look at people who would be good leaders, teachers who had knowledge in the area that they were going to be in, teachers who had respect from other teachers, teachers that people would listen to and feel comfortable going to, because we wanted them to be sort of the expert in their school of the area of either reading or math.
I was approached at the beginning of the year by my principal asking me if I would like to be a teacher leader. However, I didn't know what that meant, but she threw in the word reading, and knowing that I love to read, she caught me. She got me.
We began the Teacher Leader Program as a way of articulating curriculum among schools and then among grade levels. We found that teachers didn't have an opportunity to talk to each other, so we designed the Teacher Leader Program so that they could do that.
Our main focus was communication. We wanted teachers to feel like they had someone that they could go to, especially new teachers.
There are 4 goals in the Teacher Leader Program. The first goal that we have is mastery of LSAT, the components of Louisiana components of effective teaching. And the second is content. The third is collaboration within the school, and the fourth is collaboration across schools. And the other focuses that we have is that we're working with teachers to take the Teacher Leader Plan and their efforts included in the school improvement plan to develop strategies that are good for all children.
Today we had our Teacher Leader Showcase, and it's the first time we had anything like this. And we'd asked the teacher leaders to bring to show off what their school had done this year in the areas of reading and math. We just told them that we would have tables for display, and that they'd each have about a half a table to use. And we were just amazed with the information and the enthusiasm that they brought in. They got to walk around and look at each other's displays and what they had.
We took pictures, we documented student work, that sort of thing, and decided to put it together not only for our school, but we wanted to share our success with other schools.
And then they came back and worked in grade level groups and talked about what they had seen, what they had learned, and which ones they'd like to know more about, and they wanted some of the people to present.
Our assignment for Teacher Leader Expo was to present some items that were successful or helped our students become successful with math and language arts.
So we had people that got up and presented and told more about it.
We focus on teamwork.
In doing so, it made them want to go see them again.
They could take all the pictures that was off the camera. It was really cool.
The number one thing that came back that people wanted was more time for collaboration. And they're not just saying we want planning time, but they're talked about collaboration time, time to work with other professionals, which I think is a real powerful thing. And I think a lot of that has stemmed from the Teacher Leader Program. We're really trying to tear down the walls between teachers. So for so many years, teachers have gone in their classrooms, closed the door, and done their own thing. And we're not going to get better if we don't share what works and what doesn't work. And that's, I think, the exciting thing about what we're seeing here, because they are sharing, and it's working.
For the 3rd year in a row, a grandparent volunteer in our school system has been awarded the state title Grandparent of the Year by the Louisiana PTA. O'Neill Rome Jr., grandparent to Robert and Elaine Burbank, is a very special grandparent who epitomizes the true spirit of volunteerism. He drives all the way from Tennessee to volunteer in his grandchildren's school at Pontchartrain Elementary.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
He comes down twice a month. Sometimes he'll be here for 2.5 weeks out of every month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
He's busy counting money in our conference room for a bake sale that we have monthly, and the teachers truly appreciate, because all the proceeds for the bake sale goes directly into grade level budgets.
What comes after W?
What do you start over?
Oh, no, wait, we almost there, Robert. It's almost like coming home. So I come down, I can visit with Ashley, visit with my grandchildren, and I come to help out at school. And then for the past 3 years, I've been coming here so much, helping out. I see the teachers appreciate it, and also I can see the help that the PTA gives to the teachers. We give them help not only in the classroom by helping them out in the classroom, but the money the PTA makes, the PTA will make, we buy things for the teachers in that classroom. Okay, there's gold. Now, what does gold start with?
Mr. Rome is by far a leading example of one of our best grandparent volunteers. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. He drives to our school twice a month to be with us.
And you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again.
He's like a surrogate grandparent to 800 children, so we truly, truly love Mr. Rome at our school.
Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend. You've got a friend, yeah. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know?
The students at Covington Pathways participated in a year-end program where students displayed their artwork, arts and crafts, and newly acquired drumming skills. Join us now as we glimpse into Pathways to the Arts.
Today what we have is our second year of what we are calling the Covington Pathways to the Arts activities for our students. And what you will see today is that our students will come in and participate with Greyhawk in drumming. You will see art displays that the kids have done in their classrooms with their teachers.
Really, it's a celebration for us, and it's a closing of the year, and it's just perfect timing for everyone to be able to look at their work and then walk away at the end of the year with a feeling of achievement and accomplishment.
What we do is we go in the classroom and we don't just get them to go beat on drums. We want them to learn more about what the rhythms are about. I teach them about balance through the rhythms and what rhythms do to you to make you, how your body actually is part of a rhythm, and show them the beats that go along with your body movements every day.
Sometimes he does beats that are quick, sometimes he does beat like like that, and we have to move to it like an animal and stuff like that, and it's really interesting. I'm like,
I watch some of the guys, when I'm telling a story about something and about this drum or about a story having to do with this rhythm, you can see they really get into it, and you watch them, their eyes just get real wide. We talk about positive, negative, we talk about colors, we talk about animals and how everything's connected.
and the rhythm, it's like your heartbeat. Dun, 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 dun. That's how he explains it to us.
There's not a bad drummer, and there's not a person that can't be involved. And when someone comes into this program, they fit in somewhere. And so you'll see some of them doing one single beat, and that's all they do. If that person's steady and they keep that one single beat, that we can all come back to that beat, and that's where it's at, that single beat. And they're the center. And so everyone's important, even if they don't do anything but a single beat. They love it. Sometimes when we get in and we talk about things, and I always say, when are we going to drum? And then once we start talking about some of the other things, you'll watch them sit down and they go, It's not just a drum class, it's a class to teach them how their heartbeat and how their movement and how the rain is all connected through everything.
Well, we made the medicine wheels, and you put things that you find along as you go through life,
If you have anything important that you want to put on it, you put it in a little bag and you tie it to it.
And what we did is we showed how the circle is part of our life, because we start at one point and we come right back to that point.
And whenever you look back on your medicine wheel, it reminds you how many good things happened to you in your life.
So that way, every day you start adding to that medicine wheel. You see those things hanging there. Eventually you're going to have to make a couple more medicine wheels. But when you get a bad day, you go, wow, look all the good days I had.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep a rhythm, and everything you do is got a rhythm. If you don't have a rhythm, you're gonna be off.
Rhythm instruments and percussions and rhythm and balance isn't everything.
Drumming has taught me that anything you do, you try to think about it first. Like he told me that before you start making a drumming, you have to start to understand what you're drumming about. And I feel changed from Greyhawk.
The St. Tammany Parish Public School System has begun a professional development program for our school system's substitute teachers. Teachers are provided with information on classroom management techniques, best practice strategies, and tips on implementing the teacher's lesson plan. The training provided to substitute teachers supports the efforts to provide quality instruction in the absence of the classroom teacher.
Our parish is the first in the state to mandate substitute teacher training. And we have done this because we saw a need to help the substitutes feel more confident in the classroom.
You know, different strategies that you should use, classroom management, tips for effective teaching.
But you did an excellent job of motivating her. We do role playing, we discuss policies and procedures, we talk about classroom management techniques, we talk about teaching strategies. In the classroom management section of the workshop, we talk about the 5 skills that are necessary for effective classroom management. The first of these is to be prepared and to be professional, okay? Just to get there early in the morning, preview your lesson plans, kind of visualize your day. I always tell them that classroom management involves being organized with your space, your time, your materials, and staying with the momentum of the lesson so that the kids are always occupied. Then the second one is to get the kids on task as soon as they come into the classroom. Having bell ringer and starter activities, having the lesson plans in hand and maybe something written on the board for them to do as they come in. We tell our substitute teachers that their job is to implement the lesson plan as completely and as thoroughly as possible. So in our teaching strategies session, we demonstrate and role play ways in which to implement the lesson plan that the teacher has left. Critical thinking skills. This is where we want our kids to go. Critical thinking skills. We work on KWL charts, we work on concept mapping, we do brainstorming activities, and I show them the advantages of cooperative group work. These strategies are ways that we can implement the teacher's lesson plan without losing the content, but have the kids more involved in the lesson. Circle the noun and underline the verb. Okay? Were you a survivor in the desert? Right, why or why not? After we have finished the Survivor in the Desert activity, which is their cooperative group work activity, I summarize for them characteristics of independent seat work versus characteristics of working together. And they understand the importance of working together. So I show them this learning pyramid so that they can understand the importance of letting the kids sometimes read, discuss, or watch the video and discuss it. Our substitute teachers have a very significant and positive impact on the quality of education in our system. They are there to back up the permanent teacher. And many of our substitute teachers talk about part of the rewards of their day is the students asking them, when can you come back? And as they're going through this training, they're going, yes, yes, I want to be in the classroom.
Now I feel like I can go into the school and feel like I'm prepared.
I've gained some things today that I'm really going to use in class.
This course has given me so much more than I've never had before. Now I'll feel a whole lot better when I go in the classroom.
I walked in with the attitude of what are you going to show me, and they showed me a lot.
It made me a lot more excited about subbing. I felt 10 times more prepared.
I learned things that I needed to know.
We have some wonderful substitute teachers out there. They give so much to the students in terms of motivation and positive impact, and I tell them that. You can definitely impact the life of a child. Even that one day at a time, you impact the education and the life of a child. So.
Our school system is currently developing an online guaranteed curriculum that will ensure that every child in every school will be taught using the same high-quality curriculum. National consultants have been brought in to assist the teachers in writing this new curriculum.
We're looking to make things as powerful as we can, and we're doing that by creating the most powerful curriculum for the whole parish. Grant Wiggins and I have been working with the people in St. Tammany for over a year now because the parish has developed a commitment to renewing curriculum through a philosophy that Grant and his co-author Jay McTighe developed called Understanding by Design. And we're here this week to work with elementary English and math teachers to help them begin to develop a new curriculum for the parish. The basic idea is something that Grant has called backward design. And it begins with the idea that teachers need to be very clear on what their goals are before they can start thinking about what they're doing in the classroom. One of the most important pieces of Understanding by Design is that the goal of education should be understanding. We don't want simply to fill students' minds with a lot of facts and figures and names and numbers. We want them to be able to understand what all of those pieces of information mean. And more important than that, we want them to be able to transfer what they're learning in this classroom to new situations that might be very complex and unfamiliar. One of the things that has distinguished St. Tammany is the willingness of its teachers to give up important time in order to learn what they need to learn to move the curriculum to the next level. The people here at all levels, from leadership to the rank and file classroom teacher, have proven to be extremely smart, able, committed people who are willing to struggle with what are very unfamiliar ideas. On the leadership level, St. Tammany is almost unparalleled in its commitment to developing curriculum, to supporting teachers in that effort, and to providing the resources that it will take to make this a world-class school system.
A new teacher's first year is perhaps the most challenging. But thanks to a comprehensive teacher induction program offered by our school system, this year's teachers were well prepared to begin their career in the St. Tammany Parish public school system.
We come to some directions that say what?
This is our new teacher induction. Every new teacher to St. Tammany Parish for the 2004-2005 school year must attend this induction.
This is everybody that has been hired.
It's experienced teachers that may have worked for us in prior years but are now coming back for this year.
We do have 231 teachers here today.
Or it could be just new teachers to the system, could be brand new teachers who have never taught before.
Anybody that's going to be working in St. Tammany Parish should be coming to the induction program.
We introduced them to our philosophy.
Kind of an introduction to the culture.
And we wanted them to understand our goals as a school district.
We want to let them know how we do our daily jobs in St. Tammany.
It's a program to where we're trying to get them ready for their first day of school.
They're our best hope of joining the ranks of several thousand dedicated employees to help us make our journey from being a good school system to a great school system.
We've had the opening activities, the introduction of the staff, a very nice speech by Ms. Sloan, Mr. Jabbia, and Mr. Folse, and Dr. Galat.
This week-long teacher induction program introduced the new teachers to such topics as Understanding by Design, a framework for aligning the district curriculum with the Louisiana content standards, CHAMPS, a positive classroom management program, and the Louisiana components of effective teaching. During the week, teachers also travel to sites for breakout sessions on various topics and demonstration lessons in their curriculum areas, where teacher presenters and other curriculum specialists offered lesson ideas and reviewed grade level expectations.
They gave us great materials to use for it, and I just can't wait to get in there and use this stuff basically.
We were able to break off into our specific content areas and get to watch veteran teachers, give example lessons and strategies and methods to use in your own class.
Teachers were also introduced to STI, the web-based computer program for record keeping, while special education teachers received additional training in SETS, the special education component of the program. Special education teachers also attended an extra day for an in-service on the various requirements of the special education teacher. Teachers also planned for the first day of school, writing a lesson plan and updating it daily with the additional information covered each day, such as classroom management, curriculum design, and differentiated instruction.
It was an awesome opportunity to meet a lot of cool and new teachers that will be not only at your school but in the entire parish. It was very, very helpful.
And able to talk to other colleagues and get ideas and be able to kind of go into the first week at least to have a better idea about what I'll be doing as far as with my lesson plans.
On the last day, teachers shared lesson plans with each other, offering and receiving feedback to enhance their own lesson.
They gave us a lot of ideas and input as to how we can manage our classroom and begin our first day of class.
And it really is a good program for any teacher coming out of college or coming from another parish, because it just gives you so much information and knowledge going into your first day teaching.
Looks like a great new group to join an already great group of educators, and we'll be doing all we can to support their efforts.
The third annual Summer Video Institute was held recently at the Instructional Technology Center. 14 high school students immersed themselves in a week of broadcasting, learning everything from camera operations to digital editing. Join us now as these young broadcasting students reflect on their week at Channel 13.
We had the Summer Video Institute of 2004 at the Instructional Technology Center, and we had 4 groups of facilitators with small groups of students who were able to work on Avid, go out in the field and record video, create stories, and see a final product.
This week I learned a lot about producing a film that I never knew before. I learned about a timeline, storyboards, and shot lists, that you make a list of all the shots that you're going to need before you go out and just start filming a bunch of things that you're not going to end up needing. Just a lot about staying organized throughout the whole process of producing it.
This week we learned how to use the Avid system, and we also went out and got footage and learned new ways of taking shots, and rather than just going straight on, we learned different angles. We learned about the tight shot and wide shot.
This week at camp I learned a lot. I learned that it takes more than one shot to get the perfect one, and you have to take several shots to get everything the way you want it all together on film.
I learned a lot about Avid, how to manipulate film and audio all together. I learned a lot about cameras and lighting and angles, and that, you stand on your toes and put it on the ground and just see different ways that you can manipulate the surroundings.
I like that we worked in small groups and we got to have more personal time with the instructors.
Every piece of it was built by the whole team, and that was really important. And I think they became good friends as well.
Overall, it was very laid back, and we had a good time. I also met a lot of people from different schools and made lots of new friends.
There's people from a variety of schools throughout the parish, so I got to meet new people.
I think that all of them felt comfortable enough that they could go to a software editing program and not feel threatened by it.
It was a really great learning experience. I think for anybody to come out here and learn a lot about it, it would be great for in the future, especially for me. I've already decided to major in film and theater in college, so it's going to help me for basically the rest of my life.
They all learned. There was nobody that kind of pushed or shoved or sat back. They all had their hands on the keyboard. They all held the camera.
I never knew anything about cameras, like being behind the camera, and it gave me, you know, a chance to experience it.
It's a wonderful thing to go into, and it's so much fun. I mean, if they like our segments and stuff that we do, they should think about joining it and trying to get into this summer institute.
Back to school means prep football is back on Channel 13. Throughout the high school football season, we'll be broadcasting the prep game of the week. You can check out our broadcasting schedule for prep football as well as other shows by going to the school board website at www.stpsb.org and follow the link to Channel 13. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Chalk Talk. Join us now as we watch the sights and sounds of the Summer Video Institute 2004.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I